We ran a logo contest. We wanted the community to build out and submit entries for a logo. The official Twitter just posted. Yeah, yeah. So the person who messaged me saying I was quiet said they had to reset. Yeah, okay, cool. So the official Twitter just posted the four runners ups. Uh, this was a lot of fun. We had over 100 entries. People got creative. It got interesting. And later we'll post out the final design. So the new Twitter logo for the official Twitter is the logo that we selected as a team to be our new ACYC logo. But we are going to run it back to the designer for a few tweaks and changes. But as far as the concept of it goes, we really like it. If you look into the logo, you can see that there's a Y in the direct center, C's surrounding, all reflecting, and an A in the center as well. So ACYC. Super cool. Loved it from the start. Loved all the other logos. Was a lot harder than we thought it'd be. We had a lot of inner discussions on which one would be the actual winner. Uh, it wasn't as clear cut as it may look. But yeah, this was super fun. So glad that we left this up to the community too, because I think a lot of people just had fun with it. There was a lot of fun entries and a lot of people getting ideas. Yeah, we still have a meme section as well where people can create and send memes on our Discord. Loving that as well. A lot of a lot of Patrick stars getting reflected everywhere. But yeah, so that is the conclusion of that contest. We'll also be picking one of the people who liked and retweeted the official tweet to win $750 as well. And after this Twitter space ends, we will be sending out requests to pay the 5 finalists and the ultimate winner. So Boggartt, would you like to kick us off? Anything you want to reflect out to the community?
Yeah, I mean, I think the logo contest was great. I've been loving the engagement we're seeing with the community on that. The feedback we've gotten on the logos. Obviously, like we said, we're going to do some work with the artist to do some tweaks and really finalize that. But it's just been great seeing everyone band together, sharing memes, sharing the logo contest, and it's an awesome opportunity to give back to you all, who are able to participate in this. So yeah, it's been great. And that's what I could say as far as the logo goes.
Cool, perfect. And yeah, if it sounds like I'm stalling a little bit for time, I am just trying to make sure that everybody gets in here because I think we have a really impactful space coming up. It's the end of the week, start of the new business week is tomorrow. A lot to reflect on for the last week. Really, really a lot to reflect on. And I really want to stroke some community egos coming up in the next few minutes because it's well deserved. But like I said, kind of biting for time. I see we're getting about one or two new people every few minutes, or not even every few minutes, every few seconds. For those who listened, the new logo is posted on the Twitter. The ACYC, there's an A, there's a Y, and there are multiple C's reflected across the logo. We're going to send that back to the designer and do a few tweaks before we actually post the final rendition. But as far as the logo goes right now, this is the one that was selected, and I and the rest of the team love it. Uh, at first, we thought, our original logo was cool, but, we listened to the community, and the community has decided that that doesn't fit on a CoinMarketCap top 100, and I agree. Uh, Cool. So I think we're at a good point to get started. We got about 175 people. If anybody wants to like and retweet or share this space, like I said, I'm about to stroke some egos. I really want to start off by saying that for those of us who have been here since the beginning, or not even the beginning, we're still at the beginning right now. For those of us who have been here for the ride, for those of us who have engaged in the community, have been part of the Discord, even before the Discord, have been part of the Telegram. Y'all know this has been probably the most organic thing to come up in the crypto space in the longest time. And that was by design. A lot of projects that were trying to capture this similar concept launched around the same time of us, some before us, some after. And uh, like I've always said, there's room in this space, DeFi 3.0, farming as a service, for so many winners, and obviously for clear cut winners as well. But it's not easy. It is not easy to, from the beginning, get everything right. Uh, and from the beginning, if you followed along this journey, organic is the way. We aren't run off hype. We didn't launch our token with a fully farming service, fully farm service ready. We launched with the concept. We launched with the strongest team that we could assemble, and we launched with the integrity to create what we originally set out to design, which was a decentralized DeFi 3.0 project that ultimately we'd like to leave up in the hands of the community and advisors that the community selects. And for those of us who haven't been following along over this last week, a lot of the people who were attacking the same realm we are, farming as a service, DeFi 3.0, folded and laid down. And a lot of that has to do with artificial hype. You know, the everybody who wants to flip for quick profits, everybody who wants to jump in and out and secure gains, and follows Twitter influencers. You know, that's cancer to a project. A lot of these projects recently that have folded in the same space did so because they got called out by big Twitter followers or Telegram followers. And when I say called out, that means that these influencers make a tweet saying, "Oh, this is the one. Follow this. This is the one. I'm getting a bag here." And all of their followers are conditioned to buy something and sell it 2x, sell it 3x, sell on the way down, because every time these people call something, ultimately it's a race to the end, race to the top, find out where the top is, and then sell the way down. And unfortunately, I've seen the tweets from the founders of the other projects that it's cancer to them. Like, they every time they get some room to go back up, to sell off. And that's really why, from the beginning, we strive to make this organic. This is why when this project launched, there was no insider information. There was nobody who was sent a DM saying, "Hey, guys, get in. This is going to be great." Because ultimately, we don't want people holding 3%, 4%, 5% of our supply. We don't want half of our supply in the hands of people who jumped in the project because their favorite influencer told them to. We want people who believe in the long-term vision and enjoy the ride. So if you've been here since the beginning, you've had a lot of fun. Our Discord has a lot of fun. Our Telegram has a lot of fun. Our Twitter engagement is a lot of fun. And that's what it's about. But when you pull that back, this is a serious project. The memes, the reflections, it's all great. But at the end of the day, we are trying to accomplish something that will put us in the realm of a $1 to $10 billion market cap. And I cannot thank everyone enough for engaging in this community in a positive way. You go into the Discords or the Telegrams of some other projects and it's toxic wasteland. Whereas the people in ours, they don't mention the price. They don't mention the market cap. They don't mention dips or rises. Because at the end of the day, everything that we've set out to do, we've accomplished. Pan is hitting 50x, 100x's. Pan's profitable. That's not the end goal of this. Pan was just the start to make sure that this ship doesn't go under. Pan will keep us all afloat. Pan's I think of Pan as like a mother. Pan's going to make sure that we're all stay together. Dion is in development and running. Dion is our algorithm that watches major tokens. And if they retrace a certain amount over a certain period of time, Dion makes a buy. Dion is keeping us afloat too. All of the, cell tax that we've collected has kept us afloat too. And so really, guys, I cannot thank you enough for spreading the word, for bringing in the most quality people that, we can to the community. I really have connected with a lot of people that I didn't know before this, and I appreciate that. And then with that being said, it's enough, it's been great, but let's all get serious. It's time to welcome more people into our family. It's time to expand. It's time to reach out and say, hey, we got something cool over here. We got something cool. And that's what this next week's going to be. This next week, we want to do the biggest guerrilla marketing campaign and organic campaign possible. We're not going to pay any influencers. We're not going to pay any shills. We're not going to reach out to celebrities to, tweet out something they don't know about. We want the community to, organically help us grow this project. And we are going to hand in hand, make this happen. We've got a lot of stuff lined up as far as meme competitions, just fun stuff to spread the word and get people in the door. Because everybody likes to smile and a laugh, and once they're in the door and they think, oh, we're just a meme token, and then they look behind it and they're like, oh, what? You guys have what? You guys are doing what? You guys are planning what? So that's what we're going to be doing over this next week. This next week is going to be expansion. We're going to welcome a lot of people in. And the reason that we're focusing on next week, so today's Sunday, Monday through next Sunday, we're going to be focusing on expansion because this has to be controlled. And like this is a war room right now. I'm talking to all of you as if we're on the same team, which we are. This next week will be all of us working together to welcome in people. And I don't, we will spread the word to the masses, but I also want you talking to the people you care about to say, hey, we want you. Hey, come over here. Hey, join this party, because that's what this is. So, like I said, this next week, we are going to be welcoming as many people as we can, and we're going to curate them. We want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel the vibe. There is a vibe in our community. And then once they're, assimilated with us and are part of the community, we'll start talking numbers with them. So this next week, we are focusing on welcoming more people to our community. The week after that, the week following, we have a lot of exciting things to share. So right now, I don't want to touch too much on the treasury. I don't want to touch too much on profits. I don't want to touch too much on all that, because we'll get to that later in this call. But for right now, I want to make this official that next week, as we're growing, we are starting farming. I'm going to be transparent. We don't have a master farmer yet. We don't have a master advisor for farming, but we have farmers. We have liquidity providers. We have stablecoin farmers. We have degen farmers. They're all coming on. They're all starting this week. But we are not going to share the results of that this week. That is next week, because this week we're all going to expand this family. And the week after that, we're going to share the fruits of our labor with everybody. So pretty much that is the timeline we're looking at. This week, grow the family. Next week, spread the word to the family on what we're doing. This is pretty much going to happen bing bang. So get excited, because this is exciting. We haven't, if anybody's been following our treasury or our dashboard, the number goes up, the number goes down, the number of ETH you see in the treasury goes up, the number of ETH you see goes down. We're sending out to other wallets. We're doing short-term trades. We're doing short-term everything that I'm not going to go into. But just know that we hear you. A lot of people would like some transparency on what we're putting money in, the gains we're making, et cetera, and that is understood. With a decentralized project that we aim to be, that's what we aim to do. But right now, we are as centralized as we need to be. Other projects have failed thus far because they don't have our sauce. They don't have our team. And, and so we will be sharing what we plan to do in the future, but just know for now, everything is going to plan. There's only green, and we have discussed how we will be transparent about gains and losses in the future. But for now, that's just not a concern for us. If you believe in us, if you believe in the team, you won't be concerned about that as well. So yeah, Boggartt, do you want to touch on anything real quick before I go to the next part?
Yeah, I could touch on a few of those things. So like Nate said, up to this point, we've done, pretty much, we haven't done any marketing. It's been organic. It's been, you guys, all of us, ACYC, sharing it. And that's been great. And it's gotten us really far. And that's led to some like serious resiliency, as we can see, just in the general market conditions. Even Bitcoin and ETH are bleeding right now, but ACYC's up. And I think that's a testament to our holder base and, the way that we've branded this project thus far. So that's really great, and I'm proud of that. But obviously, that can only take you so far, and we do need to do a concerted marketing push, and we have a lot of plans for that that we're putting into action this coming week. We're really excited about that. Lots of good news, lots of good marketing strategies. Not going to share it yet because that's our secret sauce. But yeah, it's been great. So next to that, I would say, yeah, as Nate mentioned, we are right now, our focus is on earning and yielding, but we are working on the back end for how to display that properly, so you guys can sort of get a better idea of how Pan, Dio, and Titan are all earning and yielding. So rest assured, we will absolutely have those methods in place for you guys to see that. besides just in the treasury. So that is coming. But yeah, I guess the big news this week is, big marketing push. And it's just, we're just really excited to have this community and to grow it and to reach out to other communities. We tried reaching out to some other communities to try and onboard them, from other projects in a healthy way, but I think it's going to work. I think what we're doing, this space, DeFi 3.0, I think a lot of people are recognizing the technology, what we're building, and the concerted effort we're putting into creating the most resilient, fund that you could have. So ACYC is growing, and so is the community, and we're really excited to bring more people on and into our Discord. But yeah, that's ACYC is just pure growth in every way. The community is growing. The Discord's up to 1,500 members. We have 2,500 holders. It's just a nice steady rise, and we're really comfortable with that. We're comfortable with the price action. We always say trading sideways. It's a great way to shake out the paper hands. Great way to onboard more people. Gives everyone a great opportunity to DCA more ACYC while we all just sit back and reflect. So yeah, it's just been a really exciting week, and we're really excited for the week to come and to introduce ACYC to a lot of new people who haven't seen it yet, because obviously it's just been word of mouth up to this point. So yeah, I mean, that's what I would say.
Cool. Yeah, and I wanted to touch on that too. Bogart mentioned that we tried to onboard a couple communities. So, like I said at the beginning, a lot of the people aiming for a grasp of the same sector that we were aiming for folded this week. We tried to lend out a helping hand, and it kind of just showed that the founders didn't have the community's best interest at heart. Not going to dive into it. We don't want to talk on anybody, but we basically offered a couple other projects the opportunity to make their holders happy, and they declined. Not going to go any further. But going forward, like I said, we're going to try to onboard as much people who believe in this sector as possible. That's just our main goal right now, along with coupled with building. Yo, can you hear me? Yo,
Yeah, I
Bogart,
hear
can you
you
hear me?
totally fine. Yep.
Okay, cool. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I still hear you.
All right, cool. One of my AirPods died. But yeah, so we're trying to onboard more family, like we talked about, and just a quick recap of the past week. Let's talk about this. For those who aren't aware, we bought about close to $2 million worth of tokens over the counter from one of our top holders. We really wanted, and we did not buy that with the treasury fund. We bought about $2 million worth of tokens from one of our top holders, and we did this because ultimately, to become a fully decentralized project, we needed more decentralization for in the future when we do any type of weighted vote system. And on the 10th, so 2 days ago, we airdropped $350,000 worth of those tokens to all of our holders. And we are sitting on roughly about $1.5 million worth of tokens left, or if we want to talk about it in tokens, 32 billion tokens left, which is about 3.2% of our supply. As much as we'd like to just completely airdrop that out to the community, we'd also like the community to have a say in what we do with it. And, ultimately, there's a lot of great ideas circulating around the Discord on how we can expand the family with those tokens. Whether that be, airdropping tokens to the victim of these previous rug projects, like airdropping a certain amount, get them some tokens, get their foot in the door, say, hey, you guys believed in this, come check out this. If they want to sell a few tokens, they can, or if they want to buy more, they can, or if they want to just jump in and see what's up, they can. That's just one of the suggestions. Do we want to airdrop some of these, tokens to the top holder of Owned, or the top holders of Ohm or Spell, or any of these other DeFi projects? Give us some suggestions. Come into Discord. Come and suggest some things that we can use these tokens for to grow the family or to reward our holders. I think the possibilities are endless as far as growing the family and allocating these tokens. To build off of that as well, God, it sound in my mind and in my body, I feel a little euphoric because this has been a calculated project from the week of conception until now, and we're on track. We are on track. And what does being on track mean? Being on track means that we have $100 million treasury that we deploy into stablecoin and yield farming and get a return of $250,000 to $500,000 a day from. That's what on track means. And oh wow, Nate, $250,000 to $500,000 a day. How do you do that? Uh, that's point zero. That's 0.05 or half of a percent or half of a percent, a fourth of a percent or half of a percent. So a fourth of a percent gain on $100 million is 250K. A half of a percent gain on $100 million is 500K, and that's completely possible with stablecoin farming and yield farming. So what are we going to do with that 250,000 to $500,000 every single day? We're going to spend half of it to buy back tokens and distribute them out to the community. We're going to spend 35% of that to reinvest into our treasury and do it all over again. We're going to spend 15% of that to reward our advisors and our operating team for their contributions. This is how we're going to retain the best talent. This is how we're going to attract the best talent. This is how we're going to build this project out. But right now our treasury is sitting at a little bit north of 1.5 mil. Uh, Even if you see stagnant growth because we're not fully transparent about how everything's operating, we have plans that are going to work to get that treasury to 10 to 20 mil. And from there, everything is free air up to the 100 mil point. Can't tell you what's going to happen after 100 mil, but once we have $100 million in that treasury and we're a $5 billion market cap, we can go from there. So yeah, super excited. Just want to let you guys know that we have plans to get there, and I think not trying to dwell too much on the people, our predecessors, or people who tried to attack the same sector, but gotta gotta have plan A. You gotta have plan A, B, and C for plan A, and you gotta have all the way to Z. If this doesn't work, what do I do next? And sorry, now I'm off my AirPods. I hope the quality doesn't go any worse, but
You sound good. You're just louder.
okay, cool. So that's also why we're gonna succeed. The way this project works, and if you've noticed from the start, we're not starting as a farming as a service company. So we're doing that now. We're doing that this coming week. But we have so many other ways to bring in money so that we can build that treasury to get to our end goal. We have an end goal, and we need to get there. And we have everything planned for how that's gonna align. And we're just trying to grow the family. We're just trying to grow the family and get more people in here to, sharing this journey. It's going to be, I don't mean to talk euphoric and, out of my ass, but this is going to be a fun time. It's been a fun time. It will continue to be a fun time. If you have people you care about, tell them to come join and have this fun time. But if you got that buzzkill Brian who, always messages you saying, hey man, I bought the token you told me to, and I'm down 50%. I'm going to sell. And you're always like, yo, I told you when it was like 10x ago. Like, come on, man.
Oh, Nate, you sound like you're talking through a sock now.
Yeah, how about now? How about now?
Now you're good.
All right, so yeah, if you got that buzzkill Brian that always, messages you, say, hey, it's not performing, I'm going to cut my loss or whatever, don't tell him, but tell Chad, tell Chad, hey, Chad, I know you buy and hold, and sometimes it goes to zero, and sometimes it goes to a lot. Here it is, come join. And that's really what this next week's about. And behind the scenes, always working on Pan, always improving Dion, always preparing for Titan. The Titan's the next one. Boggartt, don't unmute because I'm going to stop there. Titan is coming very soon. And Titan will be the one. Titan will be the one that takes us to the promised land. So super excited about everything to come. Super excited about everything that's happened. And honestly, super excited about everything that we've created and have been nurturing. And also, I hear y'all saying that. I hear y'all saying that without the air.
Yep.
Is it better?
There you go.
I put my finger over. I got this giant phone, this Max, and it's literally like a 5-pound weight. And so I use my pinky to cover the mic. Oops. But yeah, so everything we've created is going amazing. So logically, next steps: build this community next week. Do a round of expansion. Do a round of pulling some hands on board. Week after that, show you guys what we were working on behind the scenes over this next week. And then we'll do another round of marketing, pulling people on ship when we get those new people on ship too. But for now, this is how it's going. And this is just like a recap to everybody who's part of this community on what's been going on, where we're at, and how we feel about it. If we weren't on track, I would let you guys know. If I felt like things weren't moving at the pace we originally expected, I would let you guys know. But everything has passed expectations so far. This is exactly where we want to be and need to be, and I think we're still even a little bit ahead. So yeah, just wanted to touch on one more thing. I don't know if we're going to open for questions, but I just want to touch on one more thing before we cut out everything that we planned on talking about. Uh, this space, okay? DeFi 3.0, farming as a service, is ginormous. I see a lot of NFT pictures in here, so y'all understand Axie's Infinity, or you've heard of Axie's Infinity, and how there's scholars, and you could, make passive income or yada yada through scholars. Uh, there are multiple tokens, YGG, MC, just a bunch of tokens with over a $500 million market cap that provide the service of bringing on scholars and cutting you in on their returns. That is nothing compared to what farming as a service is. If you want to get into degen farming, you're going to lose all your money first. If you want to get into stable farming or low risk farming with even lower returns, you're going to get bored and leave. So what makes the most logical sense is to jump on board this. And even beyond farming, I've been asked before, yo, Nate, what happens if we hit a bear? A massive bear, the bear you keep talking about. That's completely expected. We're in a super cycle right now. We've got months and months left before that happens. And when that happens, and we have that $100 million treasury, we'll be the community DCAing Bitcoin. We'll be the community DCAing that $80 Ethereum. And maybe our first Ethereum buys aren't at $80 like it was at the previous cycle bottom. Maybe we buy at 200. We have $100 million at that point. Maybe we buy some Ethereum at 200. Maybe we buy some Ethereum at 150, at 80, at 70. Maybe we load up on the way back up. What we aim to do is have the largest amount of capital in our treasury that will benefit our holders. And when we're buying that bottom, we will not be selling that 3x. We will be unloading our Ethereum at 1,500, at 2,000, at 3,000, at 4,000. And we will be buying back tokens on the market in mass and sending them out to our holders. And so if you had any question on how far ahead we're thinking, we are thinking years. Okay. I'm not making another project or being a part of another project. Boggart's not going to be a part of another project. The core team is not going to work on other projects. This is the project. If this project somehow in this universe did not work, I'm not working anywhere else. I'm going to literally spend my entire essence making sure that we hit our 1, 2, 3, and 5 year goals. So there's no way this doesn't work. There's no stone that hasn't been unturned thus far within reason. But if something happens in the world that we can't expect, then we'll evaluate at that time. But just wanted to it's the end of the week, wanted to really give our holders and everybody the insight on how we feel and how we've been aiming. And my last little message is it's 12/21. It's 12/12/21. And what is 12 backwards? 21. What is 21 backwards? 12. Hashtag reflecting. Cool. So Boggartt, do we want to open the
Yeah.
questions or?
Well, yeah, I'll add some stuff first, to also build off of what you're saying of, people asking how we respond to shifting market conditions and everything else. Like, again, the core ethos of ACYC is to be invested in so many like diverse and different areas of this market that in a bear, certain investments will thrive. In sideways movement, other investments will thrive. Like we're diversified and have risk adjusted strategies for every market condition and every market sector relating to crypto and DeFi, farming, whatever you want to call it. ACYC covers it all, and that's really the beauty of it. And so another thing that I feel like, and we are going to, I think we have some ideas for making this clearer to people, but about like reflections, I think a lot of people are some people realize the significance of compounding interest. But when you're reflecting half of 1% to 1% a day, which is a low average for ACYC, over the course of a year, that's between 517% and like 3,700% returns just by holding and reflecting ACYC. And so, everyone trying to swing trade or everyone trying to sell, it's simpler. You just sit back, you relax, and you reflect. And that doesn't even account for the manual reflections that we're going to have coming from that massive treasury, like Nate said, $100 million earning 0.5% a day. I mean, everyone's getting, $500,000 blasted to them every single day on top of that. And that interest is compounding as well. So like the whole principles of ACYC is a prolonged, diversified experience, that yields extremely significantly if you just sit back and hold. So I think we're really excited to move forward and to exist. We're excited for a month from now. We're excited for 3 months from now. We're excited for market cycle top. We're excited for market cycle bottom. It's all opportunities to make money, and ACYC will be doing that consistently. $1 billion, we're going to come and we're going to pass it and we're going to keep going. $5 billion, we're going to pass it. We're going to keep going. I mean, ACYC is bigger than all of that. There are massive projects with massive market caps that can't provide nearly the amount of utility that ACYC already does for its holders. And I think a testament to that is how strong our community is, and how happy everyone is to be in there reflecting constantly. And if we can quantify that to make it clearer for everybody holding, that you could be earning thousands of percent returns a year just by letting your reflections compound, I think that's especially significant. And that sort of ties into our big marketing push. I think there's going to be a lot of efforts put forward to make the ethos of ACYC clear and the results of ACYC clear for all of you moving forward. So we're feeling extremely bullish on the things that we have coming. I feel very bullish on Titan. I feel very bullish on Pan. I feel very bullish on Dion. I think this space, this burgeoning field of DeFi 3.0, we are spearheading it. We are the green in the sea of red. We are the bull in the bear. ACYC is it. So all you have to do is buy ACYC. You don't need to expose yourself to these other markets. You don't need to try and stablecoin farm. You don't got to worry about it. You just buy ACYC and hold, reflect. It's 1% a day. It's 3,700% compounded interest per year. So it's pretty amazing, and I think a lot of people are already reaping the rewards of those gains. And yeah, so I think it's a really bullish space. It's a really bullish time. We're really excited to be pioneering farming as a service. As Nate said, we are going to be embarking on that journey, and we have a lot more secrets that I will remain tight-lipped about regarding Titan, regarding our gains, regarding everything. We have a lot coming for you guys, and so these past weeks have been great. We're really happy with how the community is developing. Really happy to see you guys engaging with us and to be able to engage back with you. So it's just a really bullish time and a really bullish space. We're feeling 100% on this.
Cool. So last few notes before we wrap up. Spaces every day or every other day. So if there's not a space tomorrow, there's always going to be one the next day. Super bullish, long-term, medium-term, short-term. Next week, we are all going to guerrilla market the fuck out of this, tell all of our friends, and then make new friends along the way. There will be fun competitions and contests along the way. The week after that, we'll share results of what the team has been working on over the course of next week, behind the scenes. And dashboard. So dashboard right now, it takes a little bit of time to load your reflections. Sometimes they're a little inaccurate. We're working on that. Our CTO, our Chief Technical Officer, has said that he will have that done in the next 7 days. It should be more efficient and more accurate. So just know that's being worked on. We hear you. And we're not going to open for questions today. We want to keep this pretty short so that when people look at the recording, they can see it. Oh, it's an hour. Oh, it's 45 minutes. Wait, one sec.
I see Wizard actually is in here now, Wizard of Soho. And as we mentioned last week to you guys, we've brought Wizard on, as our marketing token advisor. Wiz has amazing deep connections in the space. And I think we're going to try and bring him up if he's around, maybe to speak for a moment. I'm not co-host of this, so I'll have to leave that to Nate. But yeah, let's bring Wiz up.
Yeah. Let me try to give Wiz a add as a speaker. Cool. Just send him in the invite.
But we, as Nate also touched on, we do have the reflections dashboard. We're having some API issues that we're working on, and that will be sorted soon, so we can all appropriately gauge our reflections. And it looks like we got Wiz here. Wiz is the man, so let's leave it to him.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Wiz. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Good, yeah, good to be here. You guys are doing some phenomenal stuff. I don't want to take away too much from what you guys going on today, but yeah, I'm happy to jump on and catch up to people from an outsider's view. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to get like fresh blood or new perspective on some of the stuff that people are working on because I feel like sometimes people just hearing from the same person, it's like, all right, there's an added incentive and bias, right? But I think it's amazing the stuff you guys are doing, man, especially now that I get to see things from behind the scenes. I'm quite bullish. Obviously I was always bullish, but even more so now. A lot of I feel, especially now that we're seeing all the other coins kind of, die out from the space. It's becoming more and more obvious how strong not only the community is, but the algorithm and, the just the way the contract is set up and the overall thesis and, you know, like it's just so far and above that it's a category of itself. And I think what you guys are doing is just getting started on skimming the surface on what's possible from a decentralized hedge fund space. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to learn more about what you guys are working on. But everything I'm seeing is pretty amazing, and obviously I'm very bullish and excited for some of the announcements. Hopefully in the next few days on some of the stuff that we've been working on. So I'm pretty excited. I'll keep it a little
Yeah,
tight
great.
there.
Thank you, Wiz. Yeah, totally. No, I mean we've really been benefiting from Wiz's help. Like I said, Wiz has really deep connections in the space and has put us into contact with some great resources, and the results of that have are coming to fruition and will be shared with you guys shortly. We have a lot, as I said, coming this week as far as marketing and updates go. Um, but yeah, I think I want to highlight again sort of what Wiz touched on, like what we've done so far with our algorithms, everything. It's amazing and phenomenal. We're super excited about it, but it's only just the beginning. With Titan coming and everything we're about to start doing, this is very much just the tip of the iceberg. It's very much just the beginning, and it's very intentional for us to be keeping a lot of this close to the breast because we don't need the hype. We have what we are delivering. We are prepared. We are here. We can reflect, and we're ready to go. We don't need to hype it up. We don't need to try and make people excited for things that are never to come. Like we have it, and ACYC is going to keep rolling, and we're going to keep reflecting, and we're just really excited and bullish to be here in the space and to see the results of that, the results of our organic growth, the results of our community being so engaged. It's just really positive and bullish time right now. We are well on the road to $1 billion.
Cool, cool. So, also, I just wanted to do a little recap for those who aren't familiar with Wiz. Wiz is our marketing and basically our marketing advisor that we brought on. And for those who don't understand or aren't familiar with the entire concept of our advisors, our board and everything else, we're going to have advisors brought on and incentivated for their expertise. So, Wiz is a whiz at marketing and has connections, like Boggartt said, that we haven't made yet. And, we recognize that a good leader and a smart person knows what they're good at and knows what they're not good at and knows what they need to work on. So Wiz is going to be our marketing guy. Like I said earlier, we're looking for a master farmer. That's another advisor. So far, right now, we just talk about that. That's 5 of the 10 advisors we plan to bring on in total. And the other 5, we're not going to touch on that. We're not going to reveal phase 4 and 5. So just know that we are continually looking for talent that can only be, achieved with years of practice and research and, honing their skills. Wiz, can you give like a little bit of background about you? Because I think you're downplaying yourself a little bit. What you've been doing for the what you've been doing for the last 5 to 10 years, and what your background is in total.
Sure, sure. Yeah, no, that's great. Give people a better idea of the job you guys are doing in bringing on some talent. Yeah. So just to give you some quick background, yeah. So I come from 12 years. I worked on Wall Street, ran like multi-billion-dollar funds across like fixed income. Was managing director for years. Then get came over to the crypto side. I run a crypto hedge fund, run an NFT fund. In addition, I've been involved with several big coins launches, coins that I took from worked with teams going from 50 million to 250 million, up all the way up to 500 million. I mean, my last claim to fame was probably on the Good Morning side. Obviously, it was very, very early on Good Morning, and kind of rallied the community, rallied the crowd, helped a lot with marketing, grinding it out, stuff like that. Some of my, expertise obviously lie in connecting, protocols to exchanges, so like centralized exchanges and stuff like that. So that's one of my expertise. In addition, it's always great to be able to get like influencers, celebrities, stuff like that. I have a pretty good network on that. But one of the great ways to expand and get great volume and get more eyes are centralized exchanges, and I feel like that's going to be that's an easy push for ACYC next. So yeah, no, there's a range of obviously I have my own pretty large crypto community, my own Discord, my own socials and stuff like that. But yeah, my expertise lie on everything from like I literally my hedge fund is an algorithmic artificial intelligence fund. So I'm going to be giving these guys some of my secret sauce as well that they can deploy for some safe investments and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I could keep going on, but I don't want to spend too much time talking about myself. But yeah, I'm gonna help these guys out with whatever I can. They're pretty sharp, so I don't think they need much. But there's some parts where I feel like I can add value, and we already have been, and we've got I've built out several chats with these guys, with the team, with a bunch of my network, and things are going at basically 100 miles an hour, and pretty sure you guys are going to hear some announcements. A couple things already got locked, and those things are going to be announced, I think, within the next couple days, I would assume. But there's some big news coming from some of the stuff that I'm working on with these guys. But one big news should be coming up pretty soon, and then a couple more over the next week or so. But yeah, it's very, very exciting stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Wiz. And just to retouch on what Wiz said too, like, Wiz is like a portal for us at the moment where he has already talked to people that we need to get in contact with multiple times in the past. And if Boggartt or I knew how to get in contact with these people, then that would be cause for concern, because that would mean that, this isn't our first rodeo. And like I always say, like, this will be my first and my last. This will probably be Boggart's first and Boggart's last. And so to get to where we want to go, we need these people onboarded that have been in the shoes that we are walking in right now. I really don't want to beat the dead horse about the people who have folded over the last few days. But one of the main things that each of them listed was overbearing workloads. And, this isn't easy, but this isn't hard when it's planned for. Everything's planned for. Like I said, plan A, B, and C for plan A. And we have a very good team to allocate all of the workload to, and we know when to allocate the workload so that none of us are overbeared. And if you're in our Discord, you'll see me come in the morning, you'll see me come in the afternoon, and I'll have casual conversation. I'll reply to some comments. I try to reply to everybody who asks me in our Discord. And if it was just me and a couple other people running this show, that would not be possible, and you would not get the jovial responses you get from me, because I am always happy knowing that when I go to sleep for 4 or 5 hours at night, that somebody is furthering the progress of the project. So cool. I think that's the perfect place to end this space. Find us in our Discord. Go to the ACYC Capital Twitter. It's in the bio. The community is going strong. It's a really good place to be. Gosh, I've never seen something so green fields over there. I mean, I have seen something. Don't want to shill CyberKongs, but CyberKongs is, that's. If I was married to something, theoretically, I'd be married to CyberKongs. And right now, we just birthed ACYC. So find us over there. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you for participating in this space, because it's been about a little bit, almost touching an hour, and everybody who started is here right now. And I know you guys have been actively listening as you're checking your charts and scrolling through Twitter. So I appreciate that. Boggartt, any last words from you?
Just that, I'm feeling very bullish on our team too, and the people that we've been taking on recently. Like you said, we have more updates coming for who that is. But just the progress of the project has been very bullish for me, and we have a lot of exciting things to share. And yeah, thank you all for facilitating such a great community. So great hanging out in there when I can, when we get away from everything. It is nice, like Nate said, you know, the team is huge, as well as the team is really well diversified to cover so many different avenues and channels that are involved with running such a big thing like this. So we're feeling very bullish on that and very confident on, you know, the road that we're on, and we're excited to share that with you as we move forward. Yeah, I think that, you know, that about sums it up for me. So yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in, and we will have another space, as Nate always says, if not tomorrow, then the next day. Lots of big news coming, and we will see you guys in the Discord as well.
Cool. Yep, I'm out. I gotta go finish up this nature walk. Peace.